Sharon's here. How are you today? So glad to be with you. Is everybody just blowing and going? And I hope everybody's feeling better. I know a lot of people are down with all this flu and all this yappa-clapta right now. It's made them all sick. I hope you guys are feeling much better, that's for sure. Pretty soon spring's just around the corner, girlfriends, okay? But in the meantime, take your meds, drink lots of fluids, and snuggle up with your sugar-booger. That'll make you feel like $1,000,000. Okay, this is Q&A day, girls, and you know what that means. I've got the answers to your questions. And sometimes they're off the wall, sometimes they're okay. So let's go down our list, see what we have today. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please scroll on down, hit the subscribe button, see that little bell? Click that little bell and then you'll be notified of my future videos, alright? So, here we go. Okay, ladies, let's start with number 1. And this is from Candace. Candace says, Sharon, I'm not trying to be rude, but how can a person inform others of good facial products when they have had fillers or Botox or facelifts? I have tried to get this answer from many YouTubers, but no one will answer me. Well, Candace, that is a fantastic question. I'm glad you sent it to me because, honey, I got the answer for you. First of all, you have to understand, skincare has nothing to do with this so-called treatments you may do for your skin. In other words, let me be specific. If someone has a little Botox in their 11s, so their lines don't dip in, that doesn't mean that they don't know about great skincare. That just probably means that they know more about skincare because they're delving into other treatments. Remember one thing, let's talk about Botox, for instance. You're not screwing with your skin per se. You're going in and you're paralyzing the little muscles here that are moving when you make gestures. Now, I use Botox, but of course it's time for my 11s again. And you know how I know? Because I do this, and if you can see your 11s, you need your Botox, okay? Botox lasts anywhere from about 3 to 4 months if you're lucky, all right? But it paralyzes any muscles. And that way the line is not predominant. Doesn't mean the lines are gone, it doesn't erase lines. It just softens them up so they're not apparent and in your face all the time. It can be done around your crow's feet. It can be done under the troughs, in your eyes, all these different things. Now let's take fillers. To me, fillers are the greatest ever. Now, I use fillers right here in my nasolabial lines. And the reason I do is because they sink in. I used to take a Dior Flash pen. It's like a concealer, and I'd put concealer down in here because obviously concealer's going to bring it out, right? If it were dark, it would go back. You see what I'm saying? So when I fill in the lines, that looked okay. But as I got older, my gel started dropping even more, and especially since I've been dieting, and so these become more predominant. What the fillers are hyaluronic acid that is injected into the folds of your skin. Now remember, we already have hyaluronic acid in our systems, right? Gotcha. All right, so the fillers aren't going to hurt you a bit. And what it does is it plumps out those creases. Just like if we were filling it in with a makeup technique, this plumps them out so they don't sink in as deep. And they're done with hyaluronic acid. Now, we're lucky. Those last a little longer. Some people can go almost 9 months, which I do, without my fillers. You know, I mean, before you have to fill them in again. So, skincare is probably the most important thing. Without keeping our skin up, there is no need for any type of little Botox or fillers. We're all about vitamin C this day and time. We're all about hyaluronic acid. We're about niacinamide this day and time. We're about exfoliation and masking, and we can go on down the line. So the ones that know probably more about skincare and have researched it and talked to their dermatologist or their plastic surgeon are usually the ones that are jumping out there trying to get some sort of fillers or Botox if they need it. It's not for everyone. It's a personal choice, but you can best believe I have not seen anybody that doesn't go out and get these treatments, and these can be photofacial treatments, it can be anything, all right? They know about skincare. Trust me, girlfriend, okay? And that's a fantastic question. It kind of told you the difference, and I hope that clarified things for you, okay? Okay, the next question I have is, Sharon, are you still working on your skincare site? Oh yes, if you'll notice, they're putting up a whole new site. It's in construction as we speak. And I've added on so much more than I thought I would. And I deleted some that I thought I would not. The thing about it is I have had to go to, because I'm carrying a lot of medical grade skincare, I've had to go to all these friggin' classes too, okay? The wholesalers want you to be abreast of each and every single product. I feel like I've got an MD, let me tell you, okay, as much as I've learned. You know, I used to go to Brianna Stako and listen to her videos for all the answers. Now I'm getting all the answers. So yes, it's taking quite a bit of time. You know, I have several businesses, so I stay busy with that. And on top of all of my coaching, all of my events, putting up new sites, time for Sugar-booger as much as I possibly can. I am swamped. I'm even talking to myself. I'm working so hard, okay? But it's coming. And the new site will be up probably in another, I'd say, week or two. They may be finished with that, because we've had modifications all through that. But I'm so excited, I can't believe it. And thank you for your question. So, Terry GG asked me, all right, Sharon, what is with the mystery man? Tell us all about it. All right. As you well know, this gentleman and I made eye contact for the very first time, the year before this last year, when my granddaughter took me to see the Broadway play Rent that was showing here at our theater downtown. And I was so excited because I'm into the arts big time. Well, she was sitting on an aisle seat, my granddaughter. I was sitting next to her. Across the aisle was this gentleman, and actually he was with his daughter. And this gentleman and I had made contact, and all we kept doing is looking at each other. You know, we kind of, do this number. And this went on through the whole production. Even during the intermission, when I got up to go visit the ladies' room, I mean, he was staring at me the whole time. I was staring back at him. And my daughter said, oh my gosh, you two are driving me crazy. And I said, I don't know what it is. There are not too many men in this world that blow me away, okay? I've been in every country, every city, everywhere, and I've never known too many men that are that powerful and that striking and that hot as this man was to me. I mean, even my granddaughter said, I don't know who he is, but this is like your perfect person. From the way he dresses to the way he acts, the way he looks at you, his demeanor, everything is like so you. And I thought, yeah, right. Well, it was so crazy busy in the theater and so completely packed. Even when we left, we could not exchange business cards or exchange anything. I mean, it was jam-packed, crowded. So I thought, c'est la vie. How nice it was, though. Because no one ever phases me. Trust me, they don't. But this man was ringing my bell, okay, let me tell you. Well, it was really bizarre. Months later, I ended up going to a gallery opening with some girlfriends, because we frequent those on occasion. And I was going over and looking at this particular piece of art, and I was deciding how much I really loved it. And there was kind of a gentleman in the way. Well, this gentleman, I guess, sensed that I was behind him and kind of looking and moving around. As soon as he turned around, that was the same man that was in the theater. He goes, oh my gosh, I know you. I said, oh, huh? I saw you, I remember you, you know. And so since then, we have been dating. He is a venture capitalist, so he's all over the place. He travels constantly, as you know. I'm in and out myself, and he's in Dubai a lot. He's over in the East a lot. He's abroad a lot. This kind of thing, but we're constantly on the phone or constantly texting. And you know, when he's back in town, if I'm still in town, you know, then obviously we're together. That is why it was so crazy over the Christmas holidays, because he had all of these people that he had to, you know, go check out for Christmas parties, and I had all these people. So we just had to pick the few of our favorite people, and we had to hop from one to another. I mean, you talk about tired and exhausting. I don't know if I decide to ever be with this man full time or not. If he had his way, it would be today, okay? But I move slower, all right, because, you know, that's what I do. So I'm saying to myself, okay, self, I don't know how we'd ever work all this out, because we'd be totally exhausted. But things like that, you do work things out sooner or later. But like I said, he's moving a lot faster than I. The only reason being is it has been so long since I have been with a gentleman seriously. And so I take my own time. I have so much responsibility. I am knee deep in all my business, and I'm so hyperkinetic. And not only that, but, you know, I'm head of everything. So he is a very strong personality as well. When we get together, it's almost like a battle of control, but maybe that's how I'm seeing it. He just looks at me and says, well, you just need to let me handle this, Sharon. I said, oh, okay. You're not used to a man coming in anymore because it's been so long. And it was really funny because I was talking to Susie Clancy. She says, oh, you're just like me. What rat? You just want to control and run the show. We need a man trying to tell us what to do and how to do it because we're just... And you know, Susie, you got a point there. I thought a lot about what she said. But anyway, back to the story, ladies. I could not ask for anyone any more equal than I. We're perfect together. His children are grown and he has grandchildren like I do. And they're all wonderful. Everything could not be better. And I think right now because it's working so well is because we're not together constantly because of his travel schedule, my travel and work schedule, and it just works. It just works for us now. But we'll see how it goes. I mean, we're still dating and we only date each other, so what can I tell you, girlfriends? I'll keep you posted. But oh, he is let me tell you, I'm not going to say that sugar booger is not ringing my bell because he does, and nobody ever rings my bell, if you know what I mean. Okay, moving right along. Thanks, Terry. I really appreciate that one. Okay, Kathy wrote me. Oh my girl, oh my gosh, you always have the best products. How many gross serum bottles would you say before I should notice a difference? I tried 2 and stopped, but I'm thinking of trying it again. I mean, if the doctor recommends it, why not? And it's getting great reviews from everywhere. This speaks volumes to me. I listened to you on this road trip, and you entertained me thoroughly. I'm going through your products and shopping. Seriously, your product recommendations are the very best. Love you, girlfriend. Okay, how many bottles of growth factors? Well, you know, I see yours may last longer. I use mine morning and night, all right? Except when I use my retin-A. Then I don't use my growth factors. Now this is the thing. It is pricey. It's going to be less than even half price once I get my site up, so have no fear. We're going to be able to take care of that. But it's hard to say how many bottles you would go through depending on how often you use it. Now, if you use it once a day, it's going to last you several months. I'm just going to tell you that. So when you divide it up, actually, it's not any higher than if you were to go online somewhere and buy some off-brand something, if you know what I'm saying. So the TNS to me is the holy grail. I'm going to stick to it. I'm just not ever going to give it up. It works. It's working for me. All right, try and see if it works for you. But you have to give it a good 4 to 6 months before you really notice it working. But that's with all skincare. It always takes sometimes 3 months, 4 months. I'd say 4 to 6 because everyone's different. Okay, thank you, darling. Glad you like the product. You ain't seen nothing yet. Okay, the next question, girlfriends, from Sandra. Sandra says, Sharon, I have eye bags. Blue, purple discoloration under my eyes. Can you recommend any treatment that really works? I spend a lot of money on products that don't work. You know, girlfriend, I have more people ask me about that, and I too have the bluing in the corners of my eyes. I'm telling you, the only thing I've found other than making sure you use eye cream, making sure you depuff your eyes with the rollers constantly, making sure that you're using a corrector, a peach-colored corrector first, then your concealer. All right? It's so important. That peach-color corrector is the only thing that's going to cancel out blue. That's for sure. And those dark spots. Try that, girlfriend, see what works. Now, you might ask your dermatologist if they have anything else they recommend, but that's what I have always done, and that works. And it's the kind of the cheaper way out right now. But trust me, do that. Use your eye rollers, your eye patches, keep it super hydrated at all times, and with your hyaluronic acid, and of course, your peach correctors is the most important. Then concealer, okay? Thanks for your question, girlfriend. Okay, this is from Rachel. Say, girl, I love your glamour. You're the bomb. Great review for us mature girls. I'm going to try some of your recommendations. I can't keep the moisture in my skin. Constant battle, so I'm anxious to try what you have on your list. By the way, do you use retinoids? Absolutely, I use retinoids. I use Retin A, tretinoid, and I use the 0.01%, the strongest. And I use it almost every night. Sometimes I'll try it 3 days a week and 3 nights a week rather, and then, use other products afterwards. Or I go ahead and do 4 nights. I can do a good 6 to 7 nights a week with no problem because I'm used to the product. However, I get so tired of all the flaking in between, because I have dry skin. It's going to flake anyway, if you know what I'm saying. So I try to stick to like 3 to 4 nights a week with my Retin A. But absolutely, yes, I swear by it. Let me tell you something. We can mix a lot of other great medical grade products together. You guys can just mix, a hyaluronic acid serum, niacinamide, vitamin C, and you would have all the serums that you need if you're using Retin A, and you will look glamorous like a superstar. Some of us are just skin care product crazy and want to try everything medical grade because it's smaller molecules going deeper into the skin. Some of us can get the same look with vitamin C, niacinamide, hyaluronic acid, and our Retin A, of course. So Retin A is the big kahuna, which I've said before. That is the major medicine that you want for your skin. Thanks for your question, girlfriend. Okay, last but not least, and this is from Ann, says, Sharon, love those choices that you have. I'm almost done with all my skincare products. I'm about to try some new ones. I'm finding to try medical grade care this time. My doctor thinks it's time that I branch out and try something a little longer. I hope 6 months is enough time to review the products, and hopefully I shall see a difference. I just really am nervous about this because I'm putting out a lot of money and I definitely want a lot of bang for my buck. Talk to me about this, girl. All right, Ann. Well, you know what? I'm glad you're trying it. You know, you won't know until you try. You can sit here and say, oh, I just never do medical grade. It's just so expensive. Yeah, but it just so works, okay? Now, don't get me wrong. There's some nice little stuff out there. If you're in your 30s, 40s, try a little Ordinary, a little Skin Diva type of stuff, if you know. But when you hit that 50-plus, girlfriend, you better drag out the big guns. And you need to start, obviously, with Retin-A first. Retinol is not going to be strong enough. I can just tell you that right off the bat. I mean, I've got my granddaughter that's 26 using a retinol product. I've got a daughter that's, 44, and she has just started Renova, which is the .05 in a, retinoid product, in a Retin-A product. She starts the small one. So you've got to work your way up is what you've got to do. You've got to know that there is you know what? You could do this. You could go out, you can get a complete facelift, resurfacing of all of your skin, and just use common products, you'll be good to go. But you know what that is going to cost you to get that done? You don't even want to know. A facelift this day and time is almost $13,000. You can get it, something like for about $8,700. But, your big people, that you've got a lot of references from, and they're tried and proved, are about $13,000 for a facelift. And then the resurfacing of all the skin is several thousand. You have to keep going back for different treatments, and it takes a while. Everything takes a while, So if you're going to do that, invest in some medical grade skincare that's not going to cost that much. First of all, it's going to help you stay plumper as long as you can. When you're plumper, it gives a tiny bit of lift. There's no such thing as a product lifting. Come on, girls. Don't believe the label. That's crap. Nothing lifts the skin. It plumps it. Look at your hyaluronic acid. You see what I'm saying? It plumps our skin. All the little things we do at home, the masking, the face massaging, we can go down the list. That's all going to plump up the skin, which kind of gives a lift look. But as gravity is taking over, our skin cannot be lifted once it starts sagging, unless you go under the knife. You can only plump in between and try, to somewhat save your face, if you know what I'm saying. But don't ever think that, and understand that I would rather and believe me, if anybody needs a facelift, I think I do. I've got some gels hanging here, and I got this thing going, and I can't get rid of her since the surgery. It's worse. Oh, and dieting? That's what it does. Your face starts dropping. It's going to. Skin sags. That's what causes it. Now, I'm saying to myself, okay, well, I'm still going to work with my neck to firm a little bit more, which is by revision good, to tighten the neck, so the plastic surgeon says. I am going to keep trying all the little things I can before I think about going under the knife. $13,000, are you kidding? I can use medical grade and get an effect that's still going to keep holding me back a little bit. I'm not trying to look 20 again. It ain't going to happen. I'm not even going to look 40 or 50 again. It's like it is what it is, but I can be the best looking 69-year-old you ever saw if I keep working on my skin. And it's all about the canvas. I don't care what makeup palette you use. I don't care where it comes from. I don't care what anybody tells you. Nothing is going to look good if this canvas isn't right. No foundation is going to be flawless and clear and glowy if this isn't right. You have to use the good skin. That's where your money goes, is in your skincare. And if it's not, it should be. It's not in how many palettes you have. You can take one basic palette, with any kind of golds or browns or whatever, and fix an exquisite, expensive, gorgeous look. You can do that. Do you remember our Urban Decay Little Naked palette? Those little small ones. I used that for 2 years. You can look back at my old videos back here, 2011-12, because I was in and out as I traveled and did a few videos. I used the same bloody palette all that time because it was standard, it worked, and was an everyday look. Do you see what I'm saying? But the skincare is what makes the makeup beautiful. It's what gives you that sheen, it's what gives you that plump look. I mean, you're just going to be breathtaking. It won't matter what you use. The next thing to concentrate on would be good foundation. I am a firm believer in a primo foundation. I don't like cheap foundations. I don't like foundations that oxidize. I don't like, foundations that separate. I want something that's going to last up to 10 hours every day. You see what I'm saying? And something that doesn't have a lot of luminosity in it, but it gives you more of a dewy look. I like more of an oil type because I have dry skin, so I don't want a matte foundation at all. But these are the things that you need to concentrate on. This is where your head needs to be. Remember, you have to have the great canvas before you can get a great makeup look, okay? And then when you get a good makeup look, people are going to say, oh, you look really young for your age. No, you don't really look young for your age. You just look a little fresher. You look a little healthier. And that's what promotes people thinking, oh, look how young she looks. You see what I mean, girlfriends? Follow me on this, okay? All right. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. It was a lot of fun. I hope all of you have the most fantastic week ever. And I don't know about you, but we've got some sunshine down here. We're warming up a tad anyway in Texas, so that's a good thing. I want all my new subscribers to know that I love you dearly. I cherish you. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. It is just so much fun to see all the new subscribers coming on. And to all of you out there, I want you to have a sassy, classy, and confident week. And give me a big thumbs up on this video.